Hey all, this is Andy from Tense with Andy. So things have been busy. I haven't had the time to make many videos, but just want to say Toroline absolutely nailed it with the 3 strings that they gave me. I'm not going to say they're perfect. I'll tell you a little bit about each, but I'll also tell you about what I feel those strings are made for. So first string is K-pop. It comes with wasabi pink in the mains and caviar in the cross, and it is really, really good off the bat. I think it's really meant for big hitters who like a little bit more power, like swing it out and swing with a top spin. And so with that string, it felt super comfortable. I was able to, it played great, my favorite of the 3 out of the bat. And I enjoyed it for the first 6 to 8 hours. After that, it starts to get a little bit launchy, but I really feel like with this string, it's meant to be used by big hitters who are going to either snap it in 6 hours, or at 6 hours, you should cut it out. But K-pop, definite winner. The color could be a little bit off-putting for some, the pink and the yellow. But I think it's just more personal preference. I think it's okay for me. I would prefer it in, like if you had sort of a muted colored racket, like a black racket or an all white racket, I think it would go well. But if your racket already has a bunch of colors in it, then I think it might be a little bit too much. So that's my review of K-pop. Caviar, I had it in, so I guess going back to K-pop, I had it in my Yonex V-Core 95 at 52 pounds. So Caviar, I had that in full bed in my Wilson Blade 98. Version 8, 1820. I believe it was at like 52 pounds as well. So that was a very crisp string, and I think that's, in my mind, K-pop was the softer, like powerful string. I think Caviar is just the good all-around string. So for folks who like Yonex Polytour Pro but want a little bit more bites, so I like Caviar in that respect. My friend, who hits a really good ball, a really good heavy ball, he thought that it was a little bit stiff off the bat, and I could see that if you're used to softer strings, but I don't think that really should be a problem. At worst, I think you could cut down the tension a little bit on Caviar, but overall, I think it was a good all-around poly for people who just like, you know, just a run-of-the-mill poly, so like a Polytour Pro, but want a little bit more spin. Now the third one was was Pro Hybrid, right? And that came with Wasabi Green in the mains, and with Wasabi X, which I guess is their cross string in the cross. So the mains was green, was green, and it was Wasabi Green. Kind of looked like remind me of Hyper G, like a square shaped string, also green. And then the cross was round, I believe, either round or hexagonal, but I believe it's round. So Wasabi X, and when I used that, that was the first one of these strings that actually felt stiff. And I think it's really, really meant for huge hitters who like that stiff feeling string. I personally, it wasn't my cup of tea in terms of I felt like it was a little too stiff. After I used it for about the first hour, it softened up a bit and it was okay, but still played a bit stiff. So in terms of preferences overall, for me, for my game, I would say I would do K-pop and use it for like the first 6 hours. But the thing with strings is that like it's very personal. So I may like K-pop, you may hate K-pop, and as well, like same with Caviar and with a Pro Hybrid. But all in all, really good offerings by Toroline, and I think what they're doing well is not necessarily giving just one type of string, but giving strings and different hybrids that are suited for different types of players. So try them out. I think they're relatively affordable, something like 12 bucks or like $9 if you subscribe to getting multiple strings. So overall, good job. So again, this is Andy from Tense with Andy. Play smart and see results.